Yes, people, welcome back to BBK Sports, and thank you for joining us this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are watching from. I see Bluebird drop a music bar there, like he's enjoying the jams. Always is. I enjoy my jams as well. Let me put my jams in the background this Sunday morning. The heavens bless. Look at the heavens bless jam. Big up, people. Another preseason game in the books for the Arsenal. What do you make of it? Takeaway one, takeaway two, takeaway three. What do we take away from the preseason games? If anything, big up to everyone watching. Big up to the silent listeners. Maybe a little loud. Let me turn it down just a bit. There we go. There we go. Well, yeah, what we're saying. Big up to everyone locked in. So yeah, it's Arsenal 3, Newcastle 2. Before we get into the stuff that I really want to talk about in the thumbnail, a couple of takeaways from the game. Didn't watch the game, really. I just can't work myself to get up at 4:30 to watch a preseason game. But I did tune into the couple of watch-alongs when I got up, heard a couple of reviews, and then decided, let me go see what the replays are like, the extended highlights, to see for myself who did what, and the kind of tactical analysis I can draw from 13 minutes of extended highlights over a 90-minute period. And you can, if you know football, you know football. Right? Key moments in the game. It's preseason. No one's going to be playing 100%. But it's not your typical preseason game when it's when you're playing against MLS All-Star or some third division team in France or whatever. It's two Premier League teams trying to build their footprint in Asia, trying to improve on their footprint in Asia. So there will be some testy tackles and this and that. But yeah, it's Arsenal. It's Newcastle. It's a bit of fight between the teams. Newcastle is the team that knocked us out the EFL Cup and went on to win it. Punched us up over two legs. So it was a game. It was a game of some intensity. But from what I see, first takeaway I noticed was the lineup, and I noticed that Ethan got hooked again at halftime. So this is the second game in a row Ethan is like consistently hooked at halftime. Like, damn, Ethan hooked at halftime again. I don't know. Cool. And then I think I heard views said he was kind of quiet performance from Ethan. I mean, he's had some quiet performances before. But we've seen other players have quiet performances and stay on the pitch for 60, 70 minutes. The fact that he was hooked at halftime, again, tells me that he has very little bit of room for error. Like, he has to be out there. He has to be damn near perfect to stay on the pitch. Meanwhile, the game ago, I seen Kai Havertz play 79 minutes and did absolutely nothing. Most people that I talked to said if they were doing the player ratings, they would have given him a 6 or a 7, 2 or 3. But yeah, Ethan was hooked at halftime. And the next takeaway for the second goal, for Jacob Murphy's goal, I'm like, Raya, Raya, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say I'm not really sold on Raya yet. Yes, he's a 2-time Golden Glove winner. Yes, he's a part of our back five in our defense. But Raya, my bro, like, man got beat from 25 yards. That was at least 25 yards by Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy, left foot. Wasn't even a clean laces or a screamer or nothing like that. It was a flimsy shot. A flimsy shot from 25 yards, and he gets beat. I don't like that. There are certain men who can cruise through preseason, not go 100%, not even go 80%. That can take it easy, cruise through it. The goalkeeper is not one of them. There's a goalkeeper mistake, and it's a goal. Right? I usually call the goalkeeper position the most important position on the pitch. Your goalkeeper is your most important person. Yep. The goalkeeper, then your striker. Then you fill in wherever you want to. There's a reason when your goalkeeper gets sent off, you don't put your center back in goal. When your goalkeeper gets sent off, it's an outfield player that's have to come off, and another goalkeeper comes on. That's how important the position is. And I don't like my goalkeeper getting beat 25 yards by a flimsy shot by Jacob Murphy's weaker foot. Come on, man. That Raya, like Raya. It's got to be doing better. If he can't save that, man, the screamers are going to give him more trouble. Now, I can point out a list of mistakes, but yeah, preseason tax. It's only the second game, but whether it's the second game, preseason game, Champions League game, Premier League game, I do not like to see my goalkeeper get beat from 25 yards by a weak, flimsy shot. Screamers, I can understand. Cop bins in the corner, I can understand. But a weak, flimsy foot shot, way out, 25 yards. Jacob Murphy in it. Jacob Murphy beating you from 25 yards. I don't like that. Don't like that. Come on, Raya. You need to fix up. David Raya need to fix up. I'm not a fan of that. You can't get beat from that distance with that type of shot. And Jacob Murphy himself was surprised that went in. He didn't believe that. Like, man didn't even believe his luck. How the hell that went into the net? The defenders. The first goal that Newcastle scored, actually, a well-worked goal, actually, still. Can't fault it for that. Tenali popping up, making it tick. They played through us, cut back. Elanga didn't even have to hit it cleanly. But this is what happens when you create a high-quality chance. The strike doesn't even have to be pure. It doesn't have to be clean. But the chance is such a big chance that it's harder to miss than it is to score. So, that's my second takeaway. First takeaway was Ethan getting subbed at halftime again. I think he was the only sub. I think Ethan was the only halftime sub for Odegaard. Everyone else got a little more minutes. Not sure how I feel about that. The third takeaway, Saka didn't look too sharp. Like when Saka cuts onto the other foot, he really gets his shot blocked. He was getting way too many shots blocked for me. He had a nice little moment there with the overhead kick, but Bukayo Saka didn't look as sharp. He didn't look like our Saka. He didn't look like our star boy. Yeah, but it is what it is. The Gyökeres introduction at the beginning of the game got the crowd hype. That was kind of cool. But then they scored in the 6th minute. So the hype, this thing was taken out of the stadium as soon as the game started. But, those are my little takeaways just from a synopsis of me just looking at the highlights quickly before I jumped on here. Because I didn't, like I said, I did not get up at 4:30 a.m. to catch Arsenal in a preseason game. During the season game, 12:30 kickoff for them is 4:30 my time. I get up and I watch every single one of them. But for preseason, no, I'm calling it in. I may catch the second half against the Tottenham one the other day. Big up to all 19 of you legends locked in. Get into these comments here in a second. That Max Dowman looking good. Oh, see? My third takeaway. But this would be my fourth one. But big up to Alvin. Let me come back to Max Dowman. I'll speak on Max Dowman in a minute. Hey, the music is the music. Big up to Hendo Gunam. Big up, Hendo. What you saying? Hendo? England versus Spain, women's U. Oh, the final is on now. Oh, man. Spain versus England. Let me see. Who's doing watch-alongs for that? Who is doing watch-alongs for that? Let me just check the scores. Oh, man. Women's Euro. Big up to Hendo for that. I completely... Oh, Jesus. Spain is up 1-0. Oh, man. Defending champ. England are the defending champs. 75,000 in attendance in Australia. Mad. It's mad. Yeah, the Lionesses are down, Hendo. You're telling me. To be fair, Raya, the shit that did come through a crowd of players, so Raya was unable to see it early enough. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay, fair enough, Hendo. But if it was a screamer, he would have been planted. Couldn't even move. I think I'm more annoyed that the shot was. It looked like an amateur shot, right? It doesn't look like a clean strike from a professional football player. Bouncing 3-4 times and just, wasn't really like it. Big up to Nipper, man, like Q. Chelsea will take Raya if y'all want to sell him. You rate Raya highly. This is the second or third time I hear you speak highly of Raya. But you just won the Club World Cup with his fellow Spanish international, so I think you're good. I think as bad as Sanchez may be, or the mistakes that Sanchez has made, I really think Maresca rates him. I think Maresca, because I think the other goalkeeper, Petrovic, was better than Raya, than Sanchez. But Maresca rates him, and the fact that he won 2 trophies with him, you know, it justifies keeping him. I think Chelsea will prioritize attacking and maybe another center back before they even look at another goalkeeper. Big up to Q. I won't read into the preseason matches too much, but the style of play by Arsenal is still plodding and predictable. Also, Havertz was utter garbage for bulking up in the gym. Another takeaway. Yeah, Havertz. I was expecting him to play Havertz more minutes today, because he played 79 minutes in the first game. I'm thinking he's going to try to play Havertz, trying to get him into form so he can start him. But Havertz ain't it, brother. Matter of fact, I think Zubimendi had to take a yellow card because of Havertz's clumsiness in the box when he gave the damn ball away. Wait a minute. We got full time. The game is over. The match is over. Spain the champs. All right. Spain the champs. Spain lost. Well, I guess the mood all over the United Kingdom is dead now. Absolute dead now. Oh. My bad. The score came up 1-0. Hendo said it was on now. I'm thinking the match is just starting. Let's see, full time. I'm like, all right, 1-0. Spain, champions of Europe. All right, big up to them. So much for bulking up in the gym. But yeah, bro, what's he meant to do in it? What I do know is Gyökeres is looking at it like, yeah, brother, that number, that starting spot is mine. Like the Arteta plan to use Havertz as a second striker number. No. He's got a whole bench. He has got the whole bench, bro. Because I see him get a header there. Even his headers are flimsy. Havertz looked like an anorexic patient. Oh my days! At this point, I don't even rate Havertz. I don't even blame him. Never rated him. He can't pick himself. He is out there just. I'm sure he's trying his best. I'm sure he's trying to help the team win. He just doesn't have the quality. Big up to Scans TV, Liverpool extraordinaire. What you saying, my bro? Jealous of you, man. Sorry that England took an L, man. Sorry that England took an L in the final. Spain is ranked number 2. England are ranked number 5. Who is ranked first in women's football? It's not Spain and it's not England. Is it the French team? The tricky one. Or is it the can't be the American team. No. I'll check that out in a minute. Big up to the Waffle Don says, let's get to 20 likes. Slap the button. Yeah, brother. I don't really get fussy about the likes, but if they get there, they get there. I say, big up to Cape. Cape is a staunch defender of King Kai, Max is too good. So on a couple of streams ago, someone came in the chat and said that Havertz, Odegaard should be ashamed of himself watching this young man play. He's fearless, he's direct, knows how to dribble a ball, his end product. He sees space and he attacks it. That's what you want to see your attacking players to do. And you see space, attack the damn space. Trust your quality, trust your training. And he does look good at 15, at 15. But as classic modern day fans, we always overdo it, don't we? Always overdo it. Because now I'm seeing just how good is Max Dowman, and some of the shit that I'm seeing. Let's calm down, because he's not gonna play. We're gonna be honest. He's not gonna play. Remember when Arteta introduced Ethan when he was 15 and didn't play him again for a year. And now Ethan is the first one to get subbed to 45 minutes. I don't even think Ethan starts against Tottenham. I think against Tottenham, he will start his big boy midfield. It will be Odegaard, Zubimendi, Deckers. And it will be Saka. It will be Martinelli. And I hope that it's Gyökeres. Because that game is not until Thursday. And travel to Hong Kong. Not sure how far that is from where they are now, but I doubt that it will be when they're in that midfield. He will start the big boys. Yeah. The other takeaway was Calafiore picked up another knock. Calafiore picked up another knock. Big up to Cape, man. Big up to Cape. Absolute legend in the building. Better do another show, my brother. I told you the chat's been asking for you. I'm happy Arsenal are returning to those interior type players. Saka, Odegaard, Waneri, Dowman, Eze. Yeah, I appreciate you putting the the hand clasps or the high five or whatever that they say it is against Eze, because Eze is their player at this point. That's why I got him in the thumbnail, and we'll speak more than Eze in a little bit. Wait a minute. Wallace is saying the game just started, but my foot mob is saying the shit's ended. Oh shit, no. Foot mob is showing me some old shit, man. That would show me the World Cup. Jesus Christ. Oh, it looks like that. All right, Euros. And then 0. There we go. There we go. You can tell how much I follow women's football. Yeah, so Spain and England. So Spain are ranked, man. They're still 5th and 2nd. They're ranked. Okay. Who do you got? Who you got Spain to win this? How crazy is that they meet in the final again? The problem is that Enda would favor the donkey. He loved Child over Gyökeres. When they asked him in the press conference about why did Mosquera didn't start, it was about fitness. It was about the load and him having to learn how we play and all that stuff. So when he said that, I was like, yeah, Gyökeres probably isn't going to start against Tottenham. Because if Mosquera, who's been there for weeks or for almost a week, can't get the start, I highly doubt that he's going to give Gyökeres a start. But the crowd did react to Gyökeres quite well. They did react to him quite well. The guy's motivated. The guy sees an opening. He sees what's going on. Big up to him, man. Big up to Gyökeres. Walking out, choosing his team. Know that the pressure is on. There is pressure on him. Absolute lots of pressure on him. So we'll see how he does. But people, yeah, we have to talk about Calafiore. Calafiore pulled up again. Injury. Goes off. Not a good look. Not a good look. Now, are we safe at left back? Are we safe at left back? Because I'm on record as saying I do not want to see any more defensive signings. No more. You've had the best defense in the Premier League for 2 years running. Yeah. You've added quality depth from what I'm hearing, Mosquera. Even people who never saw Mosquera play is telling me that he's quality. All right, cool, I hear it. I watch more La Liga than most. I think he's decent. But I think he knows he can't start over Saliba. But he's a good player. We're set at right back. Right back quality depth is top notch. Yeah. Set back. But are we safe at left back? The reason why I asked the question is because we just let Kieran Tierney leave on a free. And Kieran Tierney, in my opinion, was the only pure left back we had at the club. So when people tell me that he can't invert and all this stuff, I hear that shit. But just inverting shit, how far are we going to take it? Ben White inverts. Timber inverts. One doesn't invert, the other does. Like if you look at Liverpool, Robo was never an inverted left back. He's a pure left back. Trent did the inverting into the midfield. You know what I'm saying? What I don't want is because what I suspect Arsenal Football Club will do, because Calafiore is always injured now, we'll go actually spend more money on the left back and then don't spend the money on Eze. And the title of yesterday's video was Eze is a must. Now we have Gyökeres, we have the gunman. Now we have to get someone that can get him the ball the way he likes it. Get him the damn ball. The left wing looks like a myth. I think if we do sign Eze or another attacking midfielder, that would be the end of it. Shit, Gyökeres might be the end of it. Gyökeres might be our last signing, you know. Eze is not a locked in. I'm not sure how much stock I put into the Eze thing. But are we safe at left back? Big up to Gunner Street. Hope you are well, my bro. Hope you are well. If you're about and you want to jump on, let me know. Send you the link. Big up, bro. Good start to the preseason so far. Calafiori injury concerns me. This is why I said we shouldn't be selling so much. I don't know how a lot of these players will recover from their injuries. Calafiori, every international break he took last year, he came back injured. Every single one. Injured. Now, Skelly is our starting left back, and I'm calm. PVR showed that he deputized well when Gabriel went down, and he can play left back. But, you know, Mikel likes to have a solid defense because he's bought more defenders than anything since he's been at the club. It's been goalkeepers and defenders. It's been his staple. So if we go spend money on another left back, there goes any hope of landing Eze or a big-time left wing upgrade. Because I really do think we're short on the left wing and we're short in the middle. Now, if we have just created a self-inflicted shortage with Calafiori, that concerns me. Are we safe? Are we safe at left back? Big up to LFC Monster. Let's big up to BBK in the chat. Hope you are good, my bro. If Gabriel is out injured for the start of the season, then it's all going south very, very quickly. Well, it's going south then, Hendo, because I don't think Gabriel starts the season. Today is what? The 27th, so 4 days left in July. So 3 weeks. Exactly 3 days. 3 weeks from today. We are at Old Trafford. So yeah. Gabriel isn't training. If Gabriel isn't doing full training right now, full contact training, he is not starting a Premier League game in 3 weeks. So it's Saliba and it's Kivior, isn't it? Saliba and Kivior. That's what it is. Is that enough to beat Manchester United? I think it is. You know, I have a lot of chest. But, you know, when Gabriel went down and we had to put Kivior in, that was one of the reasons everyone said we were going to get punched up by Real Madrid. Real Madrid didn't lay a glove on us with Kivior and Saliba. Real Madrid are levels above Man United. Little United. You know, big up the LFC. Did the team play better today than the AC Milan game? Second half, yes. Second half, they did. Newcastle started 1-0 Spain. 1-0 Spain, people. Mariona Caldanelli, 1-0 to the Spaniards. So the 1-0 earlier that I did a boob one has came to pass. The Lionesses are down 1-0. All the fans of England. Those Spanish academies, you know, they just turn out talent on the male and female side. Yes, LFC Monster. In the second half, I think they did play better against the AC Milan game. You know, but I do think AC Milan played better against you, man, than they did against us. AC Milan. Let me put it in the this can turn into like a miniature watch along, you know. I swear I did not know that Spain was gonna play England today. England 0. Yeah. But yeah, I'll update the score as it goes along. Back to the chat. Not really was much of the same. I think in the second half they were a little better. Except for that David Raya blunder. And I don't think he will go side. Kivior has shown he's very competent. Even if it holds us until the Liverpool game, I think it will be good. What do you mean hold us? We have to win that game. Like, these games we have to win, Gunner Street. If by hold us you mean stumbling through these fixtures, now we have to win these games, my brother. We cannot start slow. The first 3 games, Arsenal better not lose any. Better not lose any. And I know we go to Anfield on match week 3, which is a tall order, but I don't care. 6 going on 7 years in, and almost $1 billion spent. We should have no fear going to Anfield, no matter what Liverpool put up on the field, because we have to go there anyway. With Isak, Ekitike, and Mo Salah, we better go there and not lose. I'm expecting Arsenal to be right there or thereabouts. Because I'm saying that because I know that we can't chase anyone down should we fall behind, whether it's early or we start to fall behind in March. And we need a strong start. So when you say hold us, gives me pause there, my brother. Gunner Street, that's if Kivior is not sold. Apparently Arsenal are listening to offers for him. Well, with this Kivior with this Calafiori injuries, there might be some pause on that now. There might be some definite pause on that now, right? Because I got the window now at 5-6 because we've added Calafiori. Added Gyökeres. Only one addition to the squad, as I've always pointed out. With our transfer business, if I can scroll up to the top, if I can find my graphic. Is it still here? Oh, I deleted it. But only one addition. We've signed replacements and we've signed depth. The only addition has been Gyökeres. So I give the window of 5-6 right now. And I'm not putting any pressure on Bertha because Bertha had nothing to do with these shit contracts, so we can't sell any of these players. Yeah. In fact, if Bertha can sell Reece to Fulham, big up to Bertha. Because Reece hardly ever plays for us and he's on 100K. And if he can get money for Martinelli, 180, big up to him. I know he can't get rid of Zinchenko. That's too much money for a third choice left back. Third choice. If AC Milan or Fulham, who've both shown interest in Zinchenko, sign him, he becomes their highest paid player. The third choice left back at Arsenal Football Club. Go to a mid-table team and he's the highest paid player. Fulham they're not going to do that. And I've heard talks of us being linked with selling Jesus. My thoughts on the Jesus thing is, brother, if you're going to loan him to Flamengo or loan him anywhere and you have to still pay him 200 grand, keep him. Keep him. Unless you're getting a fee for Gabriel Jesus, keep him in the squad because he is of use. Because if you ask me, Gabriel Jesus is a better player than Noni Madueke. He is. And what can Noni Madueke do that Gabriel Jesus can't? They both don't score a whole lot of goals. But Gabriel Jesus can get by his man. He does have the Brazilian flair in him. He just doesn't score goals. So if you're going to loan him to Flamengo and still have to pay 200 or 220, pay most of his salary, keep him. Because any loan deal with Flamengo, let's be honest, people, is going to include Arsenal Football Club paying the bulk of his wages. Flamengo can't afford to pay anyone 200K. So what are we doing? You keep him. Unless you're getting money for him, you keep him. Big up to Luca Don. How are you doing, bro? Let us know that you are good, Luca. So if no improvement in the performance, you're seeing a lot of fans getting hype after these 2 games. Are they? I think it's the Max Dowman effect, LFC. Max Dowman effect. He's the bright spark. He has been good in both games. He is doing what we expect Martin Odegaard to do. I remember having the same talking point against Martin Odegaard in the PSG game, the PSG at home game, first leg against in semifinal, when we were under the cosh, we're down 1-0, and it was Declan Rice. Declan, I had to pick up the ball from our end of the box and make a run, captain's performance. Ran like 60 yards, played off the ball to Martinelli, and he slided. But when Dowman gets on the ball and starts to run at people, he does look dangerous. He does look really, really dangerous on the ball. So I have to give him credit. So the hype around the games has to be the Max Dowman effect, and the fact that we haven't lost them. They'll be definitely. Oh yeah, I saw that now. Damn, I'm down behind on the comments. Pick up the handle. 1-0 to the Spania. I got 31 minutes, 32 minutes on my clock now. So I think I've caught up to the game. England effectively playing with 10 players as Lauren James has been utter garbage this match. That's some Chelsea bias, though. Is that some Chelsea bias because of his bro? I don't know, man. Might be. It might be. We have no love for Chelsea, especially when they keep selling us. Yeah, trash. Luis Diaz near Bayern done for 75 million euros, just negotiating the add-ons now. One stumbling back to get Isak deal dealt with. LFC Monster, just go get Isak. Because the money is there. Sky Sports say you can spend 300 million. Go spend it. Because, Isak is the biggest fish on the market right now, and he has bit the hook. Liverpool has thrown out the big worm, and he is hooked. Yeah, he is. For all intents and purposes, LFC Monster. I consider Alexander Isak a Liverpool player as of right now. Like as of 2 days ago, as of yesterday, bro, he's going there, bro. He's coming to you, man. Even if Diaz didn't go. But the fact that Diaz is going, you know what that tells me? That doesn't tell me anything about Isak. The fact that Luis Diaz is going and you're getting good money for Luis Diaz, this tells me that Liverpool are getting someone else. They're not done. So I'm gonna have to ask the Liverpool fans, when can we come outside, bro? Is it safe? Are we safe to come outside? Because these men are not done. Like, Liverpool are doing what Chelsea normally does in the window, but Liverpool are doing it with a different type of flex about them. Liverpool are saying, yo, idle is ours. Keep. And we're gonna keep it by any means necessary. So I hear it. He has to Bayern. Now where is Nunes going? Because it's not Nunes, it's not Diaz that will be keeping Isak away. Isak is coming for that number 9 shirt. Ekitike took a temporary number, so he might take that 7 from Diaz. Yeah, but Isak is going there, bro. Isak is your player. What's scaring me now is that this means you're gonna get someone else. Now, is that someone else Rodrigo? If that someone else is Rodrigo, brother, I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that at all. If that second person is that right? Is Rodrigo? Like, what you telling me? Can't even get my words out this morning. I hadn't had my coffee. I'm having some apple juice, fresh squeezed apple juice. LFC. Indy Kelly put out news that we had a meeting with Leon this morning over Malik Fofana. Malik Fofana. So Fofana, how much they talking? What's Fofana's market value? Let me just see how much money Liverpool are gonna dump into the bag again. 32 million pounds market value, 5'9", left wing, 1,500 minutes last year, 5 goals, 4 assists, 20 years old, Belgian. Hey, left winger. Okay. More likely to be Isak and Fofana than Isak and Rodrigo, in my opinion. Okay, so Gakpo's still gonna play the same role that he did this year. I think Gakpo, this is the year that Gakpo takes another step. I think Gakpo can cook on that left side. He plays on that left side. Because Ekatike and Isak, I think the depth chart, whenever Isak isn't on the pitch, then it's going to be Ekatike. And if they're on the pitch at the same time, it's going to be Isak down the middle, Ekatike off to the left, yeah? Or is it the other way? Because Isak can play out on the left. But I'm trying to think, like, where would Gakpo get most of his minutes? I'm only asking these questions because minutes matter to the players this year than most, because it's a World Cup year, you know, and a team like the Netherlands, even though they've never won it, you always expect them to do something when they're in it. Right? This is Van Dijk's probably his last one at his peak. You know, we've seen Pepe play till he's 40-something. We've seen Thiago Silva play till he's 40-something. There's no doubt in my mind that Van Dijk could play at that age, but not at his level. You know, his top level, because I still think he's the best center back in the world. I don't think he'll be that at the next World Cup. You know, so, but you know, this is a tough one, man. The way Liverpool are moving, and this is why I've said it's a must. Eze is the must. Now, in the thumbnail, I have Isak and I have Eze side by side, right? And I'm asking a question: who is more important to who? Is Isak more important to Liverpool than Eze would be to Arsenal? Because I'm of the opinion that with or without Isak, Liverpool are still favorites for the league. They won it with Nunes. They just added Ekatike. They got Frimpong. They got Kirkes. They've added Havertz. Transfer record smashed, right? So Isak is very, very important to Liverpool, but he's even more important to Liverpool than Eze would be for Arsenal. I think it's Eze, because Arsenal have no chance at the title without Eze. None. That's my belief. Because too many times I've seen Martin Odegaard get marked out of games. He's been marked out of games. Double up on Saka, and you kill our right-hand side, and you force Odegaard to drop back. Even the Crystal Palace game. The reason why he was able to get barged off the ball by Mateta and get our goalkeeper chipped, well, why was he back there? Why was he so deep? Because they doubled up on Saka, so he had to go back deep and get the ball. And then we got pressed and lost the ball and bang. Now today, there was a point during the game where Odegaard started the press that led to that Saka overhead kick. It was Odegaard that started that press. Like, in that capacity, he's fantastic. Fantastic. But he can only do that if there's another creative player on the pitch with him. Because when he exhausts all that energy doing all that pressing, when he gets the ball, he's out of it. He's out of sorts. I don't think it's crazy to say that Liverpool can win the league without Isak. They just did it. By all accounts, Ekatike is a quality player. Quality player. You know? I don't think he's Haaland levels. I don't think he's Isak levels, but he is a quality player. He's a bad boy. You know? But what does it do? What does it do for a title charge? Tell you what, Liverpool are putting a hell of a lot more than 84 points on the board next year. And if Arsenal want to get anywhere near that, we absolutely need to get an Eze. At the moment, it's a mystery how Slot is changing up for next season. But the attacking options of Isak, Salah, Gakpo, Ekatike, whereas Fofana, Rio, that gives you many choices with a lot of quality. Brother, you talk about a selection headache or an embarrassment of riches, is what they call it. And I love the fact that the Liverpool fans aren't crying about where's this guy going to play, where's that guy going to play. Well, if he's not playing, he comes out. You know, when City used to tire you out with Sterling and Sané, and then they go off, and then who comes on? Riyad Mahrez. The Don Mahrez with that killer left foot on the right-hand side. One of the best touches we've ever seen in the Premier League. Killed the ball on that switch. Like, there's only so many players that had that touch, man. Like Berbatov. You know, It was so clean, so clean. But yeah, this is a hell of a attacking option. It's Salah. It's Salah. It's Salah, Isak, and anybody. Salah, Isak, and anybody. Is James hurt? Is she hurt? Really? Yeah, she hasn't been subbed, has she? Let me see. Spain 1-0, 43rd minute. Lauren, oh, she is off. Wow. Hey, sibling effect persists. Maybe she just see the writing on the wall and she'd be like, yeah, I don't want to be a part of this L, so I'm gonna go off. As it will be big for you guys, give you actual quality on the left wing that knows how to link up with a striker. Facts. Big facts. Big facts. But Lord Mikhail actually has Madueke for that role. Because what? The only way that Nani Madueke can get starting minutes at Arsenal Football Club is if it's on the left. He is not starting on the right. If most of his minutes are on the right hand side this year, he is not getting a lot of minutes. And I don't think he's risking that. So I know he had a conversation with Mikhail about this very subject. And either Mikhail lied to him, either Mikhail gave him the political answer and he fell for it, or he's going to be starting the left wing. Which is the reason why I don't really get a whole lot of hope with the Eze thing. I really don't. I'd kill for Eze. I would love for Eze to come into this squad. That way, when we turn up at Anfield on August 31st, I'd be like, we actually have a chance to win this. Not draw it like the last 3 times we've been there. Actually win it. Because the message that it would send if Arsenal go to Anfield and win, I think that would be massive. Because that's right before an international break. But with Eze, it's still a monumental task. Without him, impossible. Impossible. Not happening. Now, if you see in the thumbnail, you see Liverpool transfers are the marquee ones, and there's the Man City transfers, and then the Arsenal ones. Because there's a lot of because Man City did most of their business in the January window, they didn't have to do a whole bunch in the summer, which is calm. Which is like Man City fans had no problem with because it gave them like a 6-month head start with Marmoush and Nico Gonzalez and Kushmanov and all these men. But now they've added Turkey, Ait Nori, and what's the other one? Johnny Reinders. So their midfield is solid, a lot of attacking options. Knock against Man City is their defense. Right? Liverpool signings goes without saying, and Liverpool aren't done. Liverpool are doing an absolute madness in the transfer window. Liverpool are treating the transfer window like they treat the league last year. They're just walking it, making statements at every ground. That man went to the Etihad and just did the madness. Just did the absolute madness, making statements with every move that they make. Arsenal turn to make a statement, get Eze, get him done. Right? I think Eze would actually come to Arsenal and actually do a mad season for him. It's not like we need him to come and score a whole bunch of goals. We just need him to create better chances for the striker, not half chances. LFC Monster says, got the feeling the Big 6 game should be better to watch next season. Yeah, I bet you got that feeling. I bet you got that feeling, yeah? Yeah, especially if they're going down 1-0 to Tottenham and then fisting them up 5-1 to clinch the title, yeah? Yeah, I bet you do, man. I bet you, man, are looking at Man United like, brother. Yeah, like, seriously, like, how you look at that Man United fixture? When Man United come to Anfield, yeah, especially because they talk about that 2-2 draw. Was it 2-2? Man United at Anfield, it was a 2-2 draw. They talked about it as if it was a win. Because Harry Maguire had a chance at the end there. Yeah, I remember that one. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to see that one. It's still the biggest fixture in English football. It's going to be even bigger this year. Because I know a lot of Liverpool fans are going to go into that game saying 7-0 all over again. 7-0, 7-up, 7-this, 7-that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, to tell you the truth. One of my favorite games to watch. Matter of fact, that weekend I hope that we play first, get our 3 points, so I can put my feet up and watch Liverpool Man United. But over the past 2 seasons, I've watched the big 6 games. I'm like, okay, we look decent. We're very hard to beat. Lost 15 Premier League games over the past 3 seasons. That's 5 per year. Very hard to beat. But way too many draws mixed in there. Just way too many. Way too many. Now, I keep talking about this Eze thing because the outgoings, I don't think the outgoings are actually going to happen. I don't think we're going to get many outgoings at all, to be fair. So I have to talk about the addition. I have to talk about Eze. He'll be the next one, in addition to the Arsenal squad. Outgoings, not a thing until next year, right? I think Reece might go. I think Trossard might go. Trossard linked to Fenerbahce. I think Trossard needs to go. If he wants to play for Belgium next year, he needs to go. The Norgard one, not a big fan of it. If you're an Arsenal fan and you ever hear AFTV or anyone who's back in the club signing say, hey, this signing, good business. Nope. They use those 2 words, good business, is bullshit. It's always good business when they talk about Willian, oh, it's on a free. Good business when it's Sterling. Oh, it's a loan. Good business is Kepa, it's only 5 million. Good business now. The hell with the good business. We need good players. So now the Calafiori injury makes me worry that maybe the club might go in for another left back and another defensive player. Another defensive player tells me that the football we're going to play this year is going to be more like the football we played last year. Another defensive player tells me that we're not going to attack teams the way I expect us to attack teams. Right? If I'm a coach, right, and no one has to feel this way, no one has to agree. But if I have the best defense in the Premier League 2 years in a row, if I have one of the best defenses in Europe, I'm using that as the license to attack teams. Because I know my defense can hold up. I'm not going to use the best defense as a crutch to invite pressure onto me to prove that they can defend. No, you don't do that. Players love to defend, but they do not want to be under the cosh for 6 or 7 minutes defending a 1-0 lead. No, defenders are actually better when you're 2-3-0 up. Because then, the other teams have to be over-aggressive. And defenders, if you know anything about defenders, they like to get in on the attack. When you're up 2-3-0, a defender pick up the ball. He wants to show off that he can dribble. He wants to show that he can spray a ball over the top. We've seen it. Just look how they act when they score. Look when Gabriel scores. Look when Saliba scores. If I'm Arteta, I'm using the fact that we have the best defense as the license to go attack teams. That's what Haley needs to do. No more of this. Let's score 2-0 and Villa, park the bus, and invite pressure. Nope. Don't want to hear it. Better move quick on Eze now that certain Gahey coming to LFC and Chelsea are back in the picture. Right up. That's one of my biggest fears. I think I've said those words verbatim many, many times. Like, we need to get Eze before Liverpool moves for Gahey. And let's not forget that Tottenham are in for Adam Morton as well. Right? Because those are Palace's 3 best players. Well, Mateta, 3 of their 4 best players. There is no way Palace are going to sell 3 of their best players in the same window when they're going into Europe. They're not doing that. That's criminal. That is negligence. That's irresponsible. Like, if they do that, their fans should protest. It's not been many, many years since Palace were fighting relegation, So they sell all their best players. They could be right down there. Because one of the hot takes going into the 2025-26 season, I think Brentford is going down. I think Brentford is getting relegated. Especially if they lose Whistler. Right? They've lost Mbeumo, they've lost their coach, they lose Whistler, and they lose their captain. They're going down. They finished 16th, not this year, but the year before that. And that was with Ivan Toney and the team. Yeah? So if all those players leave, If we go get Eze now, Alice would be less inclined to sell Gahey to Liverpool. I don't want Gahey to go to Liverpool, especially before the Community Shield. Right? If them men sell Eze and Gahey and go play in a Community Shield versus Liverpool, then it's not a case of who wins. It's a case of how many. Just how many is it going to be today? It's going to be like the FA Cup final with City and Watford a couple years ago. It was like 5-6-0. Game done and dusted. It's like they can no way. The Arsenal need to wrap this up. Absolutely wrap this up. I completely agree, LFC. Can't be dragging our feet with this one. No way, Jose. We need him. We need Eze more than you need Isak. We need Eze more than you men need Gahey. Because I do rate Gahey. I think he is quality. I really think he is quality, but I don't want to see him go to Liverpool, man. Because as of right now, without Isak, well, no, that would be a lie. I was about to say, before I reeled it back, what I was about to say was, right now, I do not see a weakness in the Liverpool squad without Isak. But part of it was me trying to give some respect to Darwin Núñez because he did contribute to the title. But that would be the only weakness, is your number 9, the number 9 spot. We still have weaknesses in the Arsenal spot at our left wing and in our midfield creative spark. So if we lack creativity to some extent, and these men are going to bolster their defense with another quality center back, then it's a problem for us. It's an absolute problem. Liverpool went up 2-0 easy on us on when we went to Anfield. That was last year when they've already won the league. They could have stopped playing. They go 2-0 up at Anfield now. It's long. It's going to be absolute long. Big up to Godfrey. Big up to you, bro. Hope you are good. South Africa in the building. Absolute legend that Godfrey is. Don't worry about Spurs. Wharton destined for bigger than them. But Wharton, he could use him as a stepping stone. He could. Because I don't think Mohamed Kudus thinks that Tottenham is his final destination. He will leave Tottenham in about 2-3 years. So, Tottenham, Madison, Kulusevski. They have some good players there. I'm very interested to see what Thomas Frank is going to do with them. I don't know if they're going to go back in for Morgan Gibbs-White now that he signed a new deal. But the fact that they went for Morgan Gibbs-White, it shows what direction they want to go. They actually want to make a splash. And they are healthy on PSR as well. I don't know if they're Liverpool healthy that can go up to 400 or 500 million healthy, but they're healthy. So, big up to Liverpool. Brentford are definitely weaker than they're going to be battling. I agree with that. I think they're going down. I think they are going down. I kind of want Leeds to stay up. Leeds has a rich Premier League history. Sunderland with that big ass stadium, it would be good to see them stay up and fill it. Maybe when I do decide to start coming back to the UK and going to away games, Stadium of Light would be one of the games that I'd prefer to go to. I like that stadium, I really do. So I got selfish interest to root for Sunderland to stay in the Premier League. But I think Brentford are in trouble. I think they're in deep shit. And they did have a good run, right? They came up in 2021. Ollie Watkins and that was in the team, brought them up. Good 4-year run, But yeah, I think his time is up for them. Center back depth is our worrying thing right now. Center back. Kwanzaa's still there. You got Kwanzaa. You got your starting pair. No need to mention their names. I think he re-signed. Konate re-signed, yeah? Yeah, that's a fair shout. But yeah, I rate Gahey. I absolutely rate him. Like he is as good as the third choice center back as Ekitike would be good as the second striker. Between Isak and Ekitike. Against lesser teams, we could play Eze, Odegaard, Subi, or Rice. Yeah, absolutely. But brother, I don't want to see us play two defensive players against Sunderland at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see that, brother. When we're gonna have 70% of the ball, you play Eze and Odegaard, and you kill the team off. You play Zubi 1-6, 1-6. I think Wolves might go down too. I think Wolves might go down. You know that when we do predictions and the window closes and we do predictions for the top 6 or whatever, we'll do the relegation teams as well. You know, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that could be part of the giveaway. Like to remind the people, when I do hit 1,600 subs, I will be doing a giveaway on BBK Sports. I will be giving away $100, $100 US, whatever that translates into your currency. I don't know whether that comes down to 70 pounds or wherever you are. I don't know what the exchange rate is, Godfrey, in South Africa, whatever it is. That's what it's gonna be. But I'm gonna probably do another giveaway prediction. Like if anyone get the 3 teams that go down correctly, spot on, I'll do another giveaway for that, regardless of how many subs I am. I'm on. But the 1,600 subs giveaway is nothing to do with the Premier League table or predictions. This is just a give back to the community for the support, like I've said before. Hot take for next summer: Wharton to replace what? Curtis Jones. You ready to give up on Curtis Jones? What about Harvey? What about Harvey Elliott, LFC monster? I think Curtis Jones is a pretty good player now. I think he could be your next Milner. He's versatile and he's fit. And he's got boy got legs on him. He can run all day. Big up to my brother Views in the building. Congrats again on 2K subs, my bro. Not easy. It's been a long journey, but I'm glad you made it, my bro. Proud of you, man. Absolute proud of you. Man, like Views is always gonna get his flowers here on BBK Sports. I didn't get to catch the watch along, my bro. I didn't get up early this morning to catch that one, but I will catch you on clean through. No, not the clean through. The weekend roast with the legend that is Shane Gooner. If we are down in the Champions League tie, we can change things up. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you would expect, or we can just do the other thing and let's just keep trying what we got. Let's keep trying. Let's keep spamming crosses in the box. Keep spamming crosses in the box and see what we can get. Big up the LFC monster against the Gomez got injured again, so we're only down to Kanate, Van Dijk at the moment. Making the fan base a bit nervous. Fair shout. Just think you man are really good right now, man. I see you linked with another quality center back that I would love at my club. Yeah, I could hear it. Big up to Liverpool, man, every single time. But from the game this morning, you can see the Calafiori injury. I'm worried about it because it seems like whenever there's a defensive problem under this regime, under this Arteta, whenever there's a defensive problem, we seem to solve it very quickly. Even when there's not a need for a defensive player, we'll go sign one. But when the need for a defensive player arises, I feel like we prioritize it over the attack. So, with I'm only annoyed about it because just a month ago we let Kieran Tierney walk for free, left back, true left back. I hear the inverted shouts, but I don't hear it because you don't need both of yours fullbacks to invert. If Tierney doesn't invert, okay, you invert from the right side. If you're gonna play a game where inverting gives you the benefit, then you don't play Tierney that game. You don't play Tierney that game, and you play Calafiori. Not Calafiori. You play Skelly, or you play one of them other men. Yeah, that's what you do. That is what you do. 1 second, people. What's going on? It's a good thing it wasn't Eros, because that thing would be mad. But people, let me stop real quick and let me find my applause button. Men like Godfrey, just because a member of BBC Sports, will be forever immortalized. Absolute legend that he is, my bro. Big up to you for that, man. You didn't even have to do that, my bro. But I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Man, like Godfrey. Man with the coolest first three letters of any name. Big up to you, Godfrey. Thank you very much. It's been a long journey, man. It's been a long journey. But when you love football, you don't even consider the journey. You just do football all day long. Well, love all sports, really. I'm just a sports nut. But big up to Godfrey, man. Big up to you every single time, my bro. I really, really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. And the thing is, I'm gonna tell a story about membership, right? Because like Taran, yeah, that's my real name, Taran, Taron. As you see there, I used to be a member of many, many channels on YouTube. You know, when I used to consume content. One of the biggest channels that I was a member of was Curtis Shaw TV. Yeah. I used to go on Curtis Shaw when I lived in Germany and do, and he used to be like, yeah, member stream on Wednesday. This Wednesday, brother, I know Wednesday to reach. Wednesday would never come. I was like, God damn, when is ever going to do member streams? Even now, when I go back on his stream, when I go in the live chat, it's like, hey, we missed you. You still want to be a member? Like, until you start doing the member streams, I'm like, no. But right now, it doesn't allow me to do member streams because I don't have enough. But when I do, yeah, member streams will be a thing. BBK All-Star, Godfrey. What a legend. Big up to Godfrey, man. Big up to Godfrey. Calafiore is turning you into Gomez. Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez. I don't know. Injuries, man. It's just, I don't know what it is. He's got Derrick Rose disease. I don't know if you know who Derrick Rose is, but he's the guy that one of the brightest young talents in NBA basketball. And his knees went out in 2011 and just never came back. But he was so good. Now, with the Calafiore thing, like I said, I didn't watch the game. Did someone clatter into him or it was a non-contact injury? Because if it's a non-contact injury and he felt something, you know how they always say, oh, he felt something, so we took the precaution. You are not seeing that, brother, until after the international break. And you know what's going to happen with Calafiore? Late August, he's going to get fit. And what happens when he gets fit? He gets a call up for Italy. And he's going to go play a meaningless international match with Italy and get injured again and come back to us hurt. Either September or October. One of those internationals, he's going to come back fit. Just in time to make the call up. And then come back to us hurt. It's going to happen. I've seen it. He's going to come back to us hurt. Big up to Godfrey, man. What a legend. Injured again. The new Tomiyasu. Who? Who is it? Man, just pull up. It's kind of like, I think Manchester United fans used to be annoyed with this with Martial too. Man would get subbed out, walk off the pitch in his gloves, just walk off, under his own power. But then you don't see him for 6 months or 3 months. You don't see him. It's some of them, man. I think the Liverpool fans had the same issue with Lallana and Sturridge. Like, he was born injured. Always walk off the pitch and then you don't see him for months. Big up View said, I was watching and still didn't see what happened to him. They never replayed it, but it didn't look like contact. And if it's a non-contact muscular injury, brother, in preseason, means you didn't take care of yourself over the summer, my bro. You're a professional athlete. You're 24/7. There's no such thing as vacation when you're a professional athlete. You're a professional athlete around the clock. We get 30 days of paid leave, paid vacation every year in this line of work, right? And on top of many, many holidays throughout the year. Those 30 days, whether you take them all at once or you break them up into 2 weeks. If you take them all at once, you come back at the end of your 30 days, you still have to pass your fitness test as a soldier. So what does that mean? While you're on vacation, you still have to stay fit. Because another story time. January 2004, right? I spent the entire year of 2003 deployed. I come back in September of 2003 almost. And I get November, December. And I go home to Jamaica in January of 2004. January 04, I'm in Kingston. I'm having a great time. My phone rings. They call me back, be like, you are going tomorrow. Just back to the desert. I come back, bang, bang, I'm over in the desert. Right on leave. Right after my leave ends. So you have to be ready. You have to be sharp. Always have to take care of your body and your mind when you're a professional at the highest level. Big up to the assembled. Hope you are good. Tell us what you are. Tell us what the story is on your end, my bro. Big up to Boyton. Kala already injured. I'm not even surprised. So I was asking the question earlier, Boyton. Are we safe? Are we safe at left back? Or we're gonna go sign another defender now and at the expense? That's my only concern. I don't care if we actually go get another left back, but if we do it at the expense of Eze, at the expense of a Lookman or a Matoma or someone else that can upgrade us on our left wing, because I do think that Trossard will go. Gibbs White, Spurs are back 2024 next trophy. Did they go back in for him? Because I just read he signed a 3-year deal at Forest, because the Forest owner threw a stink about the illegal approach from Tottenham. But I'm worried. I'm worried that this could make us prioritize another defender. No more blunder man for no reason. Other old Mother Hubbard. Man, yeah. You know what, Boyton? You have been saying that. You have been. Fair play. Play to you. And that's before the injury. I've been saying for a while we needed a left back. I've been adamant about needing to sell Kivior or Zinchenko to get Hato, for example. Kivior would be it would be Sivior that we have to sell, Boyton. It would have to be Kivior, because Zinchenko is unsellable. He's our 4th choice left back on 150 pounds a week. He's impossible to sell. That contract is so economically unattractive. You know, there are teams that want him. There are other teams that would love to have Zinchenko in their team. Right? But imagine you meet a young lady. You just land the job of your dreams. You just meet a young lady and she's nice, but she got $200,000 of student loan debt. And she wants to marry you. And then that debt becomes your debt. And the degree is in some meaningless bullshit. Some humanities degree in communications or marketing or some shit. Economically unattractive, even though you love her. There are clubs that actually love Zinchenko and would want them, but they just can't. That contract is mad. So I don't expect Zinchenko to go anywhere for a fee. It'd be a loan at best. So Kivior would be the only. Kivior and Martinelli. I think I was asked yesterday who would I rather sell, Martinelli or Trossard. I'm like, Martinelli actually has value. You're not getting a whole bunch of money for Trossard. But yeah, full credit to Boyton. You have been saying this for time. But, you know, Hato is pretty much locked on to Chelsea. No? That was when we still had Tomiyasu on the books and we were expecting him to be fit. He's 3rd choice. 4th choice, maybe. Our 1st choice left back is Kelly. And then when Calafiori is fit, he's our 2nd choice left back. Then it's Kivior. Then I've seen Arteta put Ben White at right back, put Kivior at left back, while Tierney and Zinchenko was on the bench. Yep. And this is what annoys me. That's what I'm asking. Like, we just let Tierney walk for free. And then we're gonna go spend 30 million on another left back. That gives our interview a straight up hostage video. No, I gotta go watch that now. Gotta go watch that now. Note to self, go watch the MGW video. Zinchenko is here for vibes. Comfortable, Godfrey. So comfortable, bro. Where else is Zinchenko gonna make 150K a week? It's not like these are performance related bonus payments, you know. Matter of fact, if there are performance bonuses or appearance bonuses, it's probably why Arteta doesn't play him, because he don't want to pay him any more money. If we sell Zinchenko, I think we are locked in with our defensive options. So we have the hope Mascara and Nichols can find their feet. Well, it seems as though if Calafiori is injured, it's gonna be Skelly starting at left back and give you a slotting in there. You might see Mascara and Saliba, two right-footed left, center backs, which is like, I don't know when that became taboo, right? Joel Matip and Van Dijk are both right-footed, and they dominated. I don't know when this thing started, but we needed to have, dual-footed center backs, left-sided center backs, and all this other shit. Like, allow it, man. It's less comfortable selling Kivio now that Tamiyasu is out. Fair. What's happening with Fabio Vieira? What's happening is that we can't get any money for him or any decent money. I think the club rejected a 18 million pound bid for him, which is like half of what we paid for him. We paid 35 million pounds for this boy in 2022. 2022, yep. Because I remember seeing him in a boot, Max Merlon Stadium in Nuremberg, Germany, the first time I seen that. I was like, man, he is skinny. He is scrawny. But I don't hold that against players. I really don't hold, being bulky against players. Because I've seen David Silva come to this league and cook. Wasn't fast, wasn't strong, but you couldn't get near him. You see Vitina now. Vitina isn't strong or fast, or bigger than anyone, but, one of the best midfielders in the world, isn't it? 20 million. Yeah, I saw 18. But yeah, close enough. Rejected. Nah, I don't think that price is gonna go up. And that's only gonna go one way. Check on the England score real quick. 1-1. Something tell me to check on the score. Russo. 1-1 to the Lionesses. We got a game, people. We got a game. Godfrey, why are Arsenal playing these players they're supposedly sell? Whether Havertz is going to end up with a smaller squad than last season. But that's what he wants to assemble. Because if he gets a big squad, he actually has to manage it. He prefers a small squad. If you suck at managing, you don't want to manage a whole bunch of people. The least amount of people you manage, the least amount of people that's going to expose your managerial capabilities. Maybe we get a big money from Martinelli that can fund Eze. We could. But I don't think we will now, because Bayern Munich was the ones that I heard was linked with us for like 60 million. But they're not going to get Luis Diaz and Martinelli. Because Bayern Munich actually needed wing play. Sane is left. Coleman is almost 30-something. So essentially they have Luis Diaz is walking into a starting role at Bayern Munich. It's going to be Elise on the right, Luis Diaz on the left, Harry Kane down the middle. That's pretty good. And speaking of Bayern Munich, they could use an Eze. He played with Olise, and they needed 10. Jamal Musiala is out for a time. And there's no telling he comes back from that injury 100% right away. I don't want to see MLS run into the ground playing every week at left back. Facts. Absolute facts. It's strictly for Arteta's vision of the 4-3-3 that he is so pedantic about footedness at center back positions. Also, why I don't like Eze replaces Odegaard, because Arteta wants left-footed at right center mid. Man, a baller is a baller, isn't it? Yeah, I think Eze in the 10, and you put Odegaard over to that left-hand side, that left center mid, that left 8 that he's been trying to figure out for the longest. Why don't he try that? I mean, Xhaka made us look good playing over there. And Odegaard can do everything that Xhaka can do, and he can actually run. There's a little weaker than Xhaka. Xhaka was strong. You couldn't just bully over Xhaka like that. So Vieira staying or another loan, not great business. Sometimes you got to take hit on the flops. Yeah. We should have taken a hit on Sambi. He is in the squad. He ain't touching the pitch. He has no future at this club. But they triggered the option on his contract. Why? You let him go. You let Vieira go. There's no point in them man taking up roster spots. Who's going to – because Lukaku is going to go on another loan. And no one is going to trigger any option or obligation about him. No. Luton didn't do it. Palace didn't do it. Sevilla didn't do it. I mean, how many loans he's going to get before we realize that he ain't it? Martinelli is going to play left back this season, in my opinion. I think we better keep in Fabio this season and wouldn't loan him out. Okay, fair play. Maybe he has one more banger in him against Brentford this year. We should be selling all the deadwood to Parma and do our former assistant coach a little favor. That is a good shot, you know. A man's running. Man's a runner anyway. I can hear it at the assemblies. Yeah, he is a runner. That boy he's got an engine on. And that's why he'll play in this team. Arteta will always play him. That goal he scored against Madrid in the 90-something minute when everyone else's legs were tired. And he started from our half and just outran everybody. That's what he does. But big up to LFC Monster. No. We might end up giving Parma some money if we go for their young center-backs, Leone. So it could happen. Hey, I'm here for it. Accounting exercise for Lakanga. They extended his deal, hoping someone will buy him before his contract runs out. Wouldn't surprise me if we give him a new 3. Oh, come on. If we dare. If he dare. Just let him go, man. It failed. Like you said, and just take your loss, man. Anyone noticed they beefed up Havertz was heading the ball more? If his heading was water, he could run it back. His header, I saw him do when he had a loop on it. And there wasn't any power going. It was just a loop. Just a loopy header from Havertz, man. I don't know. I don't know what Havertz is. I do know that he is nervous. I do know that he is nervous, and he knows that his minutes are gonna be cut short. And like any other player, I'm pretty sure he wants to play for Germany in these United States next year. And he's worried about his minutes, which is fair. I'm just not concerned about you're the highest paid player at the club. I don't feel sorry for you, man. You can wipe your tears with 50-pound notes. Yeah, you can. The fact of the matter is you've been in the Premier League for 5 years now and you haven't banged. 5. You haven't. It's a performance-related business, and you haven't been performing at the level that the club needs you to. The fact that you are here at Arsenal move that you're a failure at Chelsea. Chelsea don't sell us good players. Chelsea does not sell us good players. If Nani Madueke looks at the history, I'm pretty sure it's one of those memes that was floating around on social media has reached his phone, where he sees Willian, David Luiz, Sterling, Jorginho, Havertz, all the failures. When he goes to family functions, there are Chelsea fans in his family. They tell him that you think you're going to break the curse. And if he does, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Because August 17th, I am a Nani fan. I hope he comes on and put Dallo on his ass and play Gyökeres clean through. Havertz's arms don't look big in short sleeves. I don't think he's bulked up as much as people think. Even if being bulky and strong at 6'4" isn't really going to help him control the ball in it. The only thing that I saw for Havertz today is when Zubimendi had to take a yellow card. Zubi had to take a yellow card because he was so damn clumsy in the box. Heavy touch and gave the ball away. Nervous or useless. He was nervous because of his uselessness. Because he knows he won't be used as much as he did in the squad this year. He won't. If it's a meritocracy, then he won't play as much. His numbers are going to go down, as they should. His numbers go down. Gyökeres numbers go up, minutes and goals. And Arsenal Football Club put themselves in a position to win. Not compete, not challenge, win. That means get to a final. Get to a final. You must get to a final, Arsenal Football Club. Wembley has to see us. Preferably the final in Budapest. Because I was booked. I had my Expedia open, ready to book to go back to Germany. My friends in Germany was waiting on me, people, for the final. They were rooting for Arsenal fans. They were rooting for Arsenal because I told them I'd be coming back there for the final. And I love Munich. But Budapest is even a better city to visit. But I think the next final for the Champions League is in Budapest. I'll be going to that too. But we must get to a final. We must. And in the Premier League sense, a final, if you will, means match week 38 with your destiny in your hands. 3 games to go. Match week 35, I mean. Match week 35, you got 3 games left. Win all 3, you win the league. That's the Premier League final. Or don't lose. You got 9 points to play for. You get 7 points out of those 9, you win the league. That's what I'm expecting at year 6, $1 billion spent. Because this is what I get. I usually get nasty with Arsenal fans who love Arteta more than the club, right? Because when you ask and you put demands on the club, these men pretend like you're asking them to cure cancer or some shit. Bro, I'm not asking you to cure cancer. I'm not asking you to fly to the moon. I'm asking you to not go 6 years without a trophy. I don't think that's a crazy ask. But no, I don't think that's a crazy ask. I don't think it's a crazy ask for a big club with almost $1 billion spent to go 6 years without a trophy. Not 6 years without a Premier League title. 6 years without any trophy. But when you ask that, and you ask for that, man, act like I'm asking Mikel Arteta to cure cancer. Or to fly to the moon and back. Or to solve the Middle Eastern crisis or some shit. Like I'm putting some unrealistic demands on him. Am I missing something? Am I crazy or something? Looking, Lakonga is like a leech. You can't get rid of this guy. When did he sign? When did Sambi sign for us? Was it the first? Was it that year when we bought like 5 players for that 150? Arteta's big splurge. He spent when he bought Nuno that year and all that. From Anderlecht, 2020, 2021. Yeah. That's the year. Yeah, so that's the year we bought Pablo Mari and them, man. Pablo Mari, Sambi, Nuno Tavares. Who else? Who else? Oh, my days. More than you're at 21 likes. Big up, people. Big up. 21 likes. I can work with 21 likes. Usually my average these days. One of these days we'll get up to 30, but you know what? We work. We move. No matter what. PR Arsenal present Havertz. Most of us are blessed with eyesight. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's rain. Like, what are we doing? The way they react is if we're asking for a quad every season. Thank you. Thank you, Godfrey. I'm asking you not to go trophyless for 6th year. Not asking for the world. That's a pretty low bar, right? A pretty low bar. Don't go 6 years without a trophy. I'm not coming in here like Andrew and I always win something in my 2nd year, right? And the 3rd season is always better than the 1st. I'm not asking for that. I'm not asking you to do what Wenger did in his 2nd year. Wenger's 2nd year, 97-98, did a double on the GOAT. Alex Ferguson, the GOAT. Alex Ferguson is the greatest manager. Wenger did a double on his head in his 2nd year. That's a pretty high bar. We're not asking for that. I'm asking you not to go trophyless for a 6th year. It's a pretty low bar, given the money spent. So I don't get how they act like we're just putting unrealistic expectations on this man. Big up to the legend that is DJB. Hope you are well, sir. Absolute legend. This man has been supporting Arsenal Football Club for 50 years. I don't even call myself an OG anymore because of DJB. Because I came on board in 1991. You know? So I'm going on 34, thinking I'm doing something big. DJB's been following this club for 50 years. So when he speaks, we should listen. So big up to him. Big up to DJB. Old school gooner in the truest sense of the word. What a guy. What a guy. Big up Godfrey for putting DJB's link in it. What a legend, man. What a legend. A Karabuki Cup or anything, brother. And it take us to Wembley. We are good there. We don't lose many semifinals at Wembley. Even in 05 when we got peppered Man United, we win at Wembley. The last 2 times we went at Wembley, we weren't good. We still left with the trophy. Chelsea was on the verge of a double in 2017. Did Mertesacker start that game? Mertesacker. And Jenkinson, I think. And we beat them. Oh my days. Unrealistic expectations. No, these are it's simple. We're just asking for a simple trophy 6 years in. I don't think we're being harsh. I don't. I don't. Maybe because we say in a hyperbolic fashion and it's a whole bunch of yelling going back and forth. But if you said it in a calm, maybe if we get one of our female gooners to say it in a very calm, feminine tone, they'll listen. I said, dear Mikhail, yeah, 6 years. I'm not asking you to change the world. We're not asking you to cure cancer. We're not asking you to solve the Middle Eastern crisis. We're not asking you to negotiate for hostages. We're asking you to deliver a trophy to the third biggest club in England in 6 years. What say you? BBK, do you play dominoes? Mother Hubbard is the gringo that talks the game and loses. Yeah, right. Yep. What's he not realize that anyone else knows how to win? But yeah, he is talking, making all that noise just to be like, boss, knocked. He's that guy that talks the most, and the game ends, and he's still holding 5 or 6 dominoes in his hand, but was giving it and giving it and giving it and giving it and giving it because he talks well in his press conferences. Like he must have came first in his whenever they send him to media training. Because I'm pretty sure part of the coaching badges, like media training, is part of it because you have media duties. He probably was top of the class in that one. I just want to see what it looks like when Gyökeres touches grass now. Yeah. We have a striker that's motivated, wants to be here. Man who's familiar with the net, not a stranger. Kai Havertz is a damn stranger with the net. Nah, this guy, he lives in the net. Gyökeres is home in the net. Havertz be visiting. Because I tell people when they say there's that Portuguese La Liga tax, I'm like, bro, okay, send Kai Havertz over there then. I was willing to do a swap deal with Sporting Lisbon. Okay, they're holding up the deal. They don't have a striker. Send Havertz over there. Matter of fact, we'll pay half of his wages. Send him on loan to replace Gyökeres. We'll get Gyökeres. I guarantee you, I will bet money on it. I don't bet much, but I would bet that Kai Havertz does not bang 39 goals in that Portuguese league. Tell me I'm lying. Anyone think Kai Havertz can bang 39 goals in that league? Kai Havertz didn't bang 20 goals at Leverkusen. Kai Havertz scored 18 goals total in 3 years at Chelsea. I don't want to hear anything about the tax. Bundesliga taxes you as well. Yep, and the game of 6-0. Yeah, brother. That's it. Yeah, he is been rub off his knuckles. So he's the guy that shuffles the dominoes. Because where we play, in my family, in my circles, when we're not playing partners and we're playing, you're playing for yourself. It's the person that don't win that shuffles. So, we just throw the dominoes on it. He has to shuffle and he has to draw last. So he shuffles and holds his hands up and everyone else. And we leave 7. Leave the scraps on the table for him. Havertz, a stranger with a ball. Never mind the net. Right out. Need to introduce him. Let's see if I can. I'm going to open that Chat GPT and put a picture of Havertz in there. I'm going to tell Chat GPT, introduce these two and see what it generates. Because when our beloved assembled, labeled in Blunderman with the sermon, and I put it in Chat GPT, this is what Chat GPT had put out. This is what Chat GPT had given us when the Blunderman to give his sermon. I didn't want to put this out at the time because some people are religious and they could take offense to this, but that's what it that's what it had put out. But I'm gonna see if Chat GPT can introduce Havertz to the net, brother. I did see that. Why is he always up so damn high on the pitch? Why does he feel he needs to do this? If you remember the assembled, the game against Bayern Munich at the Emirates in the quarterfinal of the 2023-24 Champions League campaign, the first goal that we conceded at the Emirates, when Gabriel got the ball, looked, as a center back, your safety net is always the back pass to the keeper. When you have nothing and you're under pressure, you turn and you pass the ball back to the goalie. Man was about to turn to look to the goal, and instead of space and his goalkeeper was right next to him. So he hooked the ball forward. We lost it, and then the ball went to Leroy Sané. They ran onto us, and we conceded a pen. And Harry Kane scored it. He's always his positioning is bad. Brother. Now he almost got lapped Godfrey. Almost. I saw it in the extended highlights. If you watch the extended highlights on CBS Golazo, you'll see it. Knees more topless, top gooners. Yeah, buddy. Comment of the day, more 10. That's it. We'll start that one. That was a good one. That is a good one. Right, it's just right. I'm shocked that people were calling him world class, but it's the Golden Glove tax, boy 10. It is the Golden Glove tax of Raya. Why he is put in conversation that he doesn't belong. And I wouldn't be here sitting saying anything about Raya if he was doing the Golden Glove things and all that individual accolades. But if it was coming with trophies, I wouldn't be surprised if Kepa was ahead of Raya at the end of the season, to be honest. Well, at the minimum, he's going to be ahead of him in the cups, because like most managers will play their cup keeper until we draw a big team, get to the semifinal or in the 5th round, you draw Liverpool, and I think Kepa will start all of the cup games, especially the cup games, that could possibly go to pens. Yep, he's better at that. Raya is playing rush goalie at a professional level. You remember another game? When I really gave up on the season? In the West Ham game, the West Ham at home game, when we're down 1-0. We lost the game 1-0. And late in the game, Raya goes up front. They head the ball, and I see my goalkeeper in a racing match with James Ward-Prowse. And I'm like, this is what we've come to. At home, West Ham, Raya has to go up there. Oh my days. We've had some. The Arsenal experience is unique like no other, The Arsenal experience is a mad one. It takes some serious mental fortitude to support this club. They put us through. What's the score at the Lionesses right now? It's 1-1 still. Is it going pens, people? Is it going pens? I'm looking at the score on football. I don't have a TV in the background or nothing like that. But I'm seeing 1-1 in the 79th minute. I don't know. Let's see the stats real quick. 62% possession to Spain. Spain is dominating the ball. 1.4 XG. 13 shots on target. Do those stats support the aesthetics? Those stats support what you're meant to seeing if you're watching the game. Seems like Spain are on top. Or it's just meaningless position. Not only at Arsenal you see these things. A goalkeeper, Raya, full sprint against. Oh my days! Raya jumping out of planes without a parachute. Yeah, without a parachute. And when I jump, I don't know if you can see this shoulder. See that right there? That yellow string on that one with the flag. That's called a static line. That's for my main shoot. So my last jump that I did on active duty, that was the actual static line, and they cut it off the parachute and made that flag for me. That's on our main parachute. Then we also have a reserve on the front. So I've done 112 jumps, every single one, main parachute, reserve. Yeah, Raya out here jumping with none, and using his pants to catch air. I don't know what to make of women's football after being informed of the Gaia tax. Yeah, I mean it's growing. It's growing. It's gonna. The thing is, like, women in sports in general watch it because of us. We put our daughters into it. We buy the tickets. We take our misses. We take our daughters. If it were just up to women, women aren't spending their money to go watch no damn sports. They're not. They love playing it, and they are good. It's just that we got to get them to be interested on their own to go watch it. Then it will start to generate more. And never seen a goalkeeper be doing his buns bunny in the penalty shootout. My world, maybe that right. It turned into a meme. He turned himself into a meme. Boy, 10, does jumping out of a plane ever gets boring? Never, my bro. Never. It's exhilarating. It's a rush of adrenaline that you'll never get anywhere else. It's kind of like, I think it's like what drug addicts feel whenever they get their first hit or whatever. But and it depends on the type of aircraft you're jumping as well. We jump. I've jumped so many aircraft, but my favorite one to jump is it's called a C-17 Globemaster. Yeah, a C-17 Globemaster. If I can Google it real quick. But the reason why I love jumping this one so much because it has 4 engines. It has 4 damn engines, and don't want to fuck this up. If I can share my screen. It has 4 engines, and you jump out the door. All right, the door is back here. And you jump out the door. And these engines, they generate a ridiculously high amounts of heat, right? It's jet fuel being burnt in there, so it burns at a high temperature. So when you come out the door, it's fast. And the heat, like it's a cold January night, morning, day, and you exit that door, and that damn heat from that engine hits you, and you're spinning, and you have about 10 seconds, not even 10, you have about 5 seconds to orient yourself and get your parachute right and get control of it before you collide into someone, and you're falling at about 17 feet per second. So you have to get a hold of yourself and orient, know where you're going to drop your equipment and all that stuff. But it is fun, brother. It is so much fun. And I've seen people, it's not for everyone. And I've seen a lot of people get up there and pass out when the door opens. Because it's all fun and games to be like, okay, we're actually going to do this. The door opens, and then it's like, they got to pick them up. Be like, okay, you're not jumping today. Big up to Boy 10 said, man, we'll spend money to see some of the cheeks on them. Football pitches and look at the social media numbers. People look at the prettiest gal, not the most skillful gal. Hey, when the pretty ones can play, it helps, isn't it? When the pretty ones can play, it does make them. Yeah, I hear it, guys. I hear it, Boy 10. But I look at this guy jumping out of a cargo plane bay. It's got to be a GTA mission. That's one of the planes. I've also jumped the C-130. That one is the more common one. That one, it flies lower. It's very noisy, but that damn Globemaster flies high with those 4 turbine engines. The C-130 has turboprops, and they're loud. Those turbine engines are much quieter. Also, my favorite aircraft to jump is also the Black Hawk helicopter. That one is calm. But I have some fantastic memories of jumping, man. Fortunately, I don't have to do that anymore, especially with these knee operations. No bueno. For no reason, Arsenal playing football that I have no wonder what's going on in Mother Hubbard's head. He said he makes the game plan for every game. Let that marinate. He planned this. A game plan for every game. You should have a game plan for every game, but the basic and the foundation for your team must be set. This is how we're going to play. This is how I expect them to counteract it. But when they do this, we're going to do that. When they press us high, we do this. I noticed when they press us high, they press with this guy. So, Bakayo, you're going to be free. And Victor, there will be space there. I need you to occupy the space. Trust what I'm telling you. But I don't think he does any of that, brother. I don't. How many people How many people have a favorite aircraft to jump out of? Most people who are paratroopers. Yeah. Most people who have done this line of work. It's not, and the airborne thing is not as popular as it used to be because people just don't jump out of airplanes anymore. It's a old insertion technique, World War II settings. The U.S. Army just maintain it for prestige because it does have its place, but yeah, it's fun. It's absolute fun, but it's not for everybody. Like most people in America, who call football soccer, they'll never come around to it. We tell them that it's fun and it's the best sport in the world, and they'll never come around to it. They think the world revolves around the NFL, and Super Bowl Sunday is the biggest day, and then you show them the numbers from the World Cup final compared to the Super Bowl, then it shuts them up. But it's not for everybody. Just like our sport, our beloved football, isn't for everybody. Jumping it, jump. But there are soldiers who are scared of it. So, but it is what it is. What the Lions saying? What they saying? Still one. This is going to extra time, people. It is going to extra time. If it's not over by the extra time, I'm gonna end the stream and go watch. There might be some excitement in the penalties, isn't it? Funny enough, Mother Hubbard won't jump out of the Emirates. He won't. At 50 million. At 15.6 million pounds, he assembled. He's not walking away from that. Never in his wildest dreams did he ever think he would make this much money as a coach. Never in his wildest dreams he thought he would make more money than Don Carlo. Never. I don't think Liverpool ever paid Klopp 15 million. Big up to everyone that's still locked in still. Big up to everyone who's in and out the stream. Big up to the silent listeners. You have been absolutely awesome today. Aren't youth football clubs in America paid well? Last I heard, parents had to pay big money to get their kids in the football programs. Yeah, brother. And that's why they will never be good. Because when you have to pay, you miss out on the best talent. They don't. Only kids who live in 3-car garages with those type of parents can afford to be in those academies, and those kids don't work hard. Those kids they're privileged. So you'll never discover a Neymar in the streets of America playing football because the academies, the academies just won't. Yeah, and it's a ridiculous amount of money. It's $3,000 to $5,000 per semester per session. Absolutely ridiculous amount of money. So they'll never ever, like Christian Pulisic comes from a well-off family. Gio Reyna and all these men, they come from a well-off family. Academy should be free. Like in Germany, the academies pay you when they signed your kid. I thought they hit the jackpot getting this Arsenal job, says Boy 10. Did you say as a coach? Yeah. He never made this as a player. He never made 15 million a year as a player. He's living his wildest dream right now, the assembled. That's what I meant. It is. He'll never ever land the job that's gonna pay him this money. Not in this life. It's funny how the cheapest sport has made a rich person's. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it is crazy. But the minute it got monetized, the way they monetize it here, never. Like if there was a football academy in every state, right, and the kids would go there, there's enough money in the federation to do it, and the kids go there at a certain age, and they progress. You evaluate, you're progressing, you stay. You're not, you go home and you go do other things. Between the developmental ages of 8, 10 to 12, and they do that for 4 or 5 years. In 10 years, the gains that they will see in the football world would be massive. It would be absolutely massive. But now it's just too expensive. It's people would rather put their kids into baseball and pop one to football than actual soccer, because those are the sports over here that actually make the money.
Maybach music. since you seen thus far. Cause it's just another day in the life. Rose, a born stunner. I could blow money. 50 when I'm shot.
Maybach music.
I'm burning purple flowers. It's burning my chest. I bury the most cash and burning the rest.
Maybach music.
I think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover. Whipping work.
Maybach.
Follow me. I'm so sophisticated. To get a verse from me, you gotta be initiated.
Maybach music.
Big up to E. Ross, the Don people. You know what time it is. You know what time it is when E. Ross enters the stream, whether it's early or whether it's late. He shows up. We acknowledge him. We have to. We have to absolutely acknowledge the legend that is E. Ross. It's becoming like boxing. That's how boxing is over there, the assembled. Like paid, like you can't just walk into a gym like Mike Tyson did back in the day and train with Teddy Atlas. Like it's a madness. There is so much talent, but if the talent goes undiscovered, it's like it never existed, innit? But yeah, no matter how good a kid is, if he comes from a poor background in America, he will not be a MLS player, none of that stuff. It is just too much money to get into these academies. And most parents don't have the luxury of putting their kids in those type of environments. 23 likes. Big up to all the people who had liked the stream. Big up to E-Ross. I hope you are well, my bro. And see you in a couple of days. But we know you good. We know you good. The thing about America is that there's corporate interest around basketball, NFL, and baseball retaining a healthy talent pipeline. It is. Like, I can actually make the argument, Boy 10, that college football, so the American sports is ranked like as such. You got the NFL, and there's some separation there. And I can make the argument that college football, not even the pros, college football has a bigger following than some of the pro sports. You got the NFL, the NBA, college football, Major League Baseball, Major League Hockey, Major League Soccer. No doubt. So, but the college pipeline, that pipeline is the perfect word that feeds the professional sports is an absolute thing. Big up, man. Oh, yeah, that's a great point, Boy 10. Special man like E. Ross getting this every time. A lot of talent and okay. The boxers are aggressive, innit? Man, out here that's doing their still 1-1 for the Lionesses. Oh man, look like it's going to extra time. Going to extra time. Now, before we go, people, what are you men expecting from the Spurs game? We play Spurs on Sunday. On Thursday, I mean. Today is Sunday. You expecting a strong team in Hong Kong? Are we expecting to see Gyökeres? We're expecting to see Odegaard starting. Odegaard will definitely start over them Waneri, because Waneri got hooked at halftime today. I heard he wasn't great either. College football is huge. I've seen some arguing bigger than the NFL, brother. But it's at least better attended than NFL, which is crazy. So that's true. That is true. On a Saturday afternoon, the Crimson Tide, when Alabama plays in Tuscaloosa, it's like the 12th biggest city in the country or something like that. It's a weird stat because the college stadiums hold more than a lot of the NFL stadiums. Like the Ohio Stadium, Ohio State University, their stadium holds like 100,000. The Michigan Stadium, University of Michigan, holds 100,000. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, it is a madness. And you would think these are people who went to the colleges. No, they're just people that live in the area. But college football is massive. It's massive. For those between September and January, college football it reigns supreme. Bowl week, college football playoff, FBS is just massive. Absolute massive. Block 14 is starting. I hope so. Officially 1-1. Game is 1-1 between England and Spain. You got to do a live college football game to get the full experience. It is massive. It is massive. When I lived in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, I used to drive down to the Gamecocks Clemson, right? The University of South Carolina and Clemson, that side, the massive games. You go down to Jacksonville, to Gainesville, with the Swamp, with the Gators. College football is massive, man. It's absolute massive. The one that the end there. So there's the NIL. They gave him like an image rights, something. But at some point, man, the college coaches were making like that. Damn, Nick Saban. Nick Saban was raking in like Arteta money in college football. But he was winning. So that was the difference. Gibbs White, first time I've witnessed a buyout release clause rejected and the player signs an extension. Spurs are back. Hey, pick up to the assembles, man. Yeah, another jab at the Tottenham. Big up to Luca Don. Hope you're well, bro. I don't know I know you're rooting for the Lionesses, yeah? I don't know if they take it to pens or they're gonna knock this one out. Nick Saban get better. Nick Saban was the most powerful man in Alabama when he was there. Flushed out the NFL at the Miami Dolphins because he was just, in the NFL, coaches, it's a players league, quarterback superstar league. In college, for those players that try to get to the NFL, Nick Saban was the man. He was the guy. In the NFL, he wasn't the guy, so it didn't work out for him. He flushed out of the Dolphins, but when he went back to Miami, when he went back to Alabama, he made Urban Meyer retire from Florida. He made that man leave Florida and go to Ohio State, leave the conference. Urban Meyer was a ridiculously winning football coach at the University of Florida between like 2004 and 2006-07. When Nick Saban went back to college football, he ran him out of there, ran him to a whole nother conference because he couldn't compete with Nick Saban. I don't know if you might know who Cam Newton is. Cam Newton had a fantastic season at Auburn one year and took one of the championships away from Alabama. That's how good Cam Newton was in college, because you needed some supreme talent to compete with that Alabama team. But all of that was ran by Nick Saban. He was Mr. Alabama. But yeah, man, it is a mad one. It is a mad one. Today's been a fantastic stream, people. It's been a lovely, lovely day. I'd love to spend more of it with you. I would, but I told the wife I'd be on for about an hour. And we're coming up on 2 hours here. 2 hours here. But what a group of people, man. What a bunch of legends you are. Big up to the Assemble. Big up to E. Ross. Big up to Godfrey. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel, my bro. I can't wait to do my first member stream with you guys. Big up to E. Ross again. Big up to Boy 10. Boy 10 dropped a lot of knowledge in here today. Big up to you, bro. Then my wife driving back from the beach. I got on there. Yeah, you did, man. But it's all good, E. Ross. I know you're good, my bro. I know you check in whenever you can, man. I greatly appreciate you, man. Greatly appreciate you checking in. And just because you checked in late, we all gotta give you one more.
Maybach music.
I'm the biggest boss that you see thus far. Cause it's just another day in the life. I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover.
Maybach music.
Every day I'm hustling. Who you suckers think you're tripping with? Yes, I'm the boss.
Maybach music.
Yes, people, big up to every single one of you. Thank you again for your time and your viewership.
Maybach music.
Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.